Hello everyone. So I purchased this 2019 flagship phone from Honor in 2020 from Amazon at 23,000. It was released in June 2019 at 36,000. So for me it was still a good deal in 2020. So you can purchase it if you are interested. So here in the box we get a silicone cover, a 3.5 mm to Type-C connector because it doesn't have audio jack, and a massive 40-watt adapter. But by the way, phone only supports 22.5 watt. So we have the phone. It is fully glass built with aluminum frame. On the right we have volume rockers and power button embedded with fingerprint scanner. On rear we have quad camera setup, 16 megapixel ultra wide, 48 megapixel main camera and 22 megapixel depth and macro sensors. On right we have SIM slot. On bottom we have single speaker grill, Type-C connector and primary microphone. On top we have secondary microphone, and that is not IR sensor. So you can skip to 1214 for camera samples. So here I will show you all the settings you can find in this phone. So it is running on Magic UI. Yes, it does have NFC support also. So it has two color modes, normal and vivid. Vivid will give you more saturated colors. So in this setting we can set it as smart resolution, so it will automatically change to HD plus whenever it has to save battery. So you can also hide the notch, but it is not at all required because it is a punch hole display and it takes a very minimal space for the front camera. So it also has dark mode. You will get dark mode only after Android 10 update. So it will come with a Pie, Android Pie, that is Android 9th version out of the box. So it doesn't have Dolby Atmos support. It has something called Huawei eSync technology. So it has fingerprint as well as facial recognition. Both works very fast. So it has three power modes. So whenever you are playing games, you should enable this performance mode. So it has 3750 milliampere battery, which sounds small, but it has Kirin 980 chip which is AI enabled. So based on how you work, it will adjust. So it has 128 GB of ROM. So see, I got the latest patches. So if you don't like that the bottom 3 key navigation, you can select gestures and you can use that. When you are selecting gestures, it will give you a short tutorial how to use it. So I am currently running Magic 3.0. The Magic UI is a little bit different. You can use Nova launcher also for stock Android feel. So you can skip this. There is a TikTok video ahead.
Bring that ass back like a boom 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 boom. Bring that ass back like a boom 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 boom.
So that was a TikTok filter which was inbuilt in the main camera app only, which is in AR lens. You also get night mode, portrait, photo, video, and in more you get pro mode, slow motion. You can capture at 960 fps, panorama, aperture. Aperture is you can get the background blur, light painting, from which you can capture stars, HDR mode, time lapse, moving pictures, stickers, document, and super macro, which has a dedicated 2 megapixel camera there. So in video settings, it was default at 1080p at 30 fps. It also supports 4K at 30 fps. And in photo settings, although it is a 48 megapixel camera, it was default at 12 megapixel, because if you keep it at 48 megapixel, it will take a long time to shoot. So it also have 3D emoji just like iPhone. It captures your facial recognition. So in the meantime, I will tell you all about the specs of this phone. So it was released in June 2019. It was a flagship from Honor. So it weighs only 174 grams. It has IPS LCD display, which is not AMOLED, but still very good to look at it. It is very compact at 6.26 inches, 84.2 screen to body ratio, It has full HD resolution at 412 ppi. It has Kirin 980 AI chips based on 7 nm. It has 6 GB of RAM and 128 GB of ROM with UFS 2.1. So I got Android 10 update, and I also read it on Huawei that it will get Android 11 update also. It has Mali 676 GPU, and at the back you got 4 cameras, 48 megapixel the main one, 16 megapixel ultra wide, and 22 megapixel macro and depth. So it supports 4K at 30 fps videos, and it doesn't have optical image stabilization, only has electronic image stabilization. So at front we have 32 megapixel camera, we have Bluetooth 5, also supports NFC, and in the site it says it can charge from 0 to 50 in 24 minutes, but on my experience I was able to charge 0 to 50 in 38 minutes and 0 to 100 in 1 hour 3 minutes. So it has all these beauty filters also. All are inbuilt in the main camera app only. Believe me guys, I never used TikTok in my life, but I was enjoying making that video. So here are some shots from the main 12 megapixel camera, which is a 48 megapixel camera, but I kept it at 12 megapixel. It is Sony 586 sensor, so it really performs very good. You can read the reviews also. So this is 1x from the main camera. This is 2x from the same main camera, and this is ultra wide from 16 megapixel camera. 1x, 2x, and ultra wide. 1x, 2x, and ultra wide. So this is aperture mode. See, the background is blur. So these are some macro shots. This is aperture mode. So these are some front camera samples. So these are some indoor lighting condition samples. This is 1x, 2x, wide, and 10x. Yes, you can go up to 10x from the main camera. See, I will zoom at the fish here. This is 10x. So whenever you are zooming something near, it will be a very good result. So this is a macro shot of this bug. So indoor selfies. This is with background blur. So these are some night mode samples. This is wide. So remember, whenever you take a night capture with it, so it will take up to 6 seconds. So what you are gonna do is you need to hold this phone steady at the subject for 6 seconds, then only you will get this pictures. So this is night mode off, this is night mode on. So this is night mode off, this is actually grass. On, off, on. So I shot it in complete dark with this video is currently recording at 60 fps at full HD. It also supports 4K at 30 fps. So currently I am just walking to see the stabilization of this phone. It looks good. Now I am running. And please remember, this is a well lit environment. So again I am running. So I took some sky photos to check the dynamic range of this phone. So from the main sensor you will get really good dynamic range. So here are some slow motion at 960 fps. So thanks for watching. I hope you like it. Have a good day. Bye.